Where do I find real estate investors? Guys, by the end of this video, I'm gonna share with you some simple strategies on how to locate these investors, but also some simple networking strategies so that you can be mentored by these individuals for free. Now guys, when we think of this term investor, we think of this like, what does this face look like? The reality, investors are all around us, so stick with me. I'm gonna share through this whole video the one place where they're all congregating to make this super simple, how to network with them, and ultimately how when you become their best friend, they'll start mentoring you for free. All right guys, let's make this super easy. I know here in Utah, how I got started, I was like, where are these investors? Now guys, I came from a different background. I was not doing it so I could learn how to invest. I was doing it as an insurance agent. I wanted to find these individuals because in my head, I was thinking, man, they have $1 million mansions. These guys have like 50 rentals. And if they have $1 million mansions and 50 rentals, then they also have the nice boats and the nice cars, and they have all the toys. And so with one client, I could have this incredible major policy that I'm writing for them. So that was the big reason that I stumbled upon what I'm gonna be sharing with you. And as I went to these real estate investor association meetings, I started to see that not only one investor, two investor, 10 investors, that's where all the investors come together. It's like a brotherhood. It's like a sisterhood. This is where they come in their safe place and share their secrets with each other, help each other out, find ways to serve one another. And so when I went in there, you always have the person at the front desk, the gatekeeper, right? That usually these real estate investor associations, it's REIA for short, R-E-I-A. So if you were to simply Google REIA meetings or real estate investor association groups or meetings, you'll find out there's these meetings going on all around you. And if there's not one right in your city, you'll see one in maybe cities around you or partnering or neighboring states to you. So back to this gatekeeper, what do? You go in for the first time. Now guys, I was nervous. Why? Because I wasn't even there to learn investing. I was there to hopefully get their money to buy my insurance policies so I could grow my book of business. So I was really there for selfish purposes. But what I found out from just simple networking is because I knew no one and because I felt safe with that front desk, the gatekeeper, I went up to this individual and she was super kind. And because I knew no one, I said, hey, do you know who the people are that like fix and flip homes? The ones that have a ton of rentals and the ones that are like the wholesalers that are finding deals? She's like, oh yeah. In fact, if you go talk to Randall, he's the owner of this group, and go speak to this individual, but he does all of them. He's a wholesaler. He's a top-notch real estate agent. He does fix and flips. He has a ton of rentals. And this was my in, guys. So what I did, and this is your networking pro tip right here, is get referrals from the front desk. Because why? Referrals always close at a higher rate, meaning it's now a warm intro versus a cold intro. So what I would do is I'd go to the individual, this person being Randall. I went up to him, tapped him on the back, and I was like, hey, Sally over here at the front desk said I need to come meet you. What is it that you do? And Randall's like, oh, well, I do fix and flips. I own a ton of rentals and I'm a real estate agent. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly why she sent me over here. Is I'm trying to look for people that do that stuff. Now, I happen to at that time do insurance. So I'm like, I happen to insure quite a few investors, and she sent me over here saying that I need to come meet you, and now I can understand why. Holy cow, how do you do this, right? Now, what I'm doing is I'm using the front desk lady as this warm referral. We start having this great conversation, and the power behind that was this individual started passing me around. I got a look at his insurance policies and I ended up doing all of his insurance. He started passing me around. Now I know this has nothing to do with real estate, but this was our intro. Now, how do you twist this so that you can start to meet the investors, learn from them, ask quality questions, and ultimately get some mentorship for free? Use the same strategy. Go to the front desk, talk to Sally, whatever the person's name is, and say, hey, who are the fix and flippers? Who are the landlords? Who are the ones that have real estate agencies? And you go to them and say, hey, Sally wanted me to come over and meet you. What is it you do? And ultimately, they're gonna tell you what you do and say, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to learn some of that stuff. What do you suggest is like the best way of doing this? And Randall happened to be the kind guy that would share everything. He's an open book. He doesn't look at you as competition. And most of these investors in these groups, they have those big hearts. They're here to give back. They're here to help individuals. After I was done talking to Randall, What you do is ask Randall. Randall, do you know any other like landlords? Do you know any other fix and flippers? Do you know any of these individuals? And he's like, oh yeah, go talk to Susie. So we go over to Susie and I'd say, hey, Susie, my name's Cody. Randall over there said I need to come meet you. What the heck is it that you do? And then Susie starts talking. Well, I do this, I do this, I do this. And as you find out, maybe what you're gonna understand is by asking the right questions, what is it you do? You're asking them, what is it that you like best about investing? They're gonna tell you, and you start to resonate with one side or the other. That's how I fell in love with wholesaling. I started having individuals talk to me about wholesaling. It's so awesome. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need to have good credit. You don't need to close on the properties. All you gotta do is be the deal finder. Once you find the deal, you pass the deal on to a cash buyer for a fee. And I thought to myself, man, that's perfect because I don't have a lot of money. That's what got me into it. So then I started funneling to these wholesalers. And that's all I would look for and talk to until I came across individuals that would little by little start showing me the ways of wholesaling. And guess what? They charged me absolutely nothing, $0. All right, guys, before I get on to other ways to just strategize, get mentorship for free, I want you to hit that subscribe button, also hit that bell so it alerts you when I put out fresh new content. But let's finish strong and get to these strategies so you can start learning how to get into the game of investing in real estate. One strategy I want you to consider, this is one that I would do with my own kids. Now, I don't have kids at the college ages yet. I'm in the young phase. I have 4 kids, 4 no more. I don't plan on having any more. But if this were my 12-year-old and came to me and said, Dad, I want to be a marketing genius. I want to be a videographer. I want to be whatever it is he wants to be. I would tell him this same strategy that I'm going to share with you. And that is offer to work for people for free. Now, instantly you might be thinking, well, I can't. I have a full-time job. No, still do your full-time job. And on the side, whether that's 1 hour a week, whether that's 5 hours a week, whether that's 20 hours a week, that you're doing things that will add value to the individual you want to learn from. And at the end of the day, everyone is gonna take you up on this offer. I remember an individual that he needed a door knocker. Well, I wanted to learn about his wholesaling business. So what was I willing to do on the side? Go knock doors for him. Was it awful? It was the worst experience of my life. But guess what? I was tied now to this individual and I got to hear more about it. I got invited to meetings with his team and I got to hear how they were landing contracts, what marketing channels they were using. And I did this all for free. Now, again, going back to my kid, if he wanted to be a videographer, I would find the best videographer out there and I would let them know my boy wants to become a videographer and he's willing to work for you for free. Now, guys, you might be thinking, why would I do that? Why would I work for free? But yet many of Americans will not even think twice about paying thousands of dollars for education at college that pays you no money back. And in most cases, they walk out of there not really getting educated or the knowledge that they're looking for in the field or the career that they're trying to get into. So why not? Why not go test it out? Go work for someone for free and learn from the best everything that they can do so that you can simply do what I call the new R&D. R&D used to stand for research and develop. Now the new R&D is rip off and duplicate. Go find the greatest people out there, rip off their model, and go duplicate it. And you can do that by just simply adding value to their business, serving them at a very high level, and working for free. Hey guys, I've included a link down in the description box that will get you into our 30-day Close Your First Wholesale Deal challenge. All you gotta do is click on the link in the description and I'll see you in that challenge.